So guys, where are we off to? Does anybody know?
A plane museum.
A plane museum. And what are you excited to see?
Planes, of course.
The planes? Okay, well let's get going. So, we've arrived.
Yay!
Does it look exciting?
Yes.
Yeah? Are you looking forward to seeing it?
Yes.
When we get out, we'll just have a quick look and see what's going on over there, yeah? And that is the track. That is Mercedes-Benz World. We'll have to come one of these days and have a look. I think
Oh, cool. The logo is spinning.
the logo is spinning. It's the same logo as on the front of my car, isn't it? And the same as Nana's, Papa's. Can you see those cars over there? There's cars on what they call a skid pan. So they practice skidding.
The logo.
The logo on top of the building. Can you see the logo on top of the building?
It's spinning.
It's spinning. Can you see it? But that's not what we've come to see. We haven't come to see that. We've come to go over that way. Wow. Some of this looks as though it's the motor museum as well. This is the first building. This is Grand Prix. Can you look up there? Can you see that word? So that says, what's that? Now that says it looks, but it's pronounced Prix. It's a French word. Grand Prix. This is the Grand Prix exhibition. Can you see this photo here? This, I think, is the Brooklands racetrack. You see, this is a banked track. But you can see also, they didn't think much to safety, did they? They had people walking around on the track. And see this. Look at this. This is. That's what they wore. Well, it's not. It's a coat made of leather. Yeah, no crash helmets. They just wore that leather flying helmet. These are racing cars. You probably wouldn't drive that on the road. No. You know that leather suit that guy that was back there? Yeah? That one over there? Well, this is much more like a modern racing suit. So it's no longer leather, and it's a full overall, isn't it? Wow.
Right, who's going to go first? Is it ladies first?
Shall we let Dorothy go first?
So what you do, you sit down there, turn around.
Go on, you go. Yeah.
If you can turn the wheel.
Go,
You're going to drive.
you're going to try.
Go.
You see that?
Look at what's happening. Wow.
Can you see? It's moving the front wheels. There's a big engine right behind you that drives these racing cars. Unlike most road cars, which have the engine at the front, they have the big engine at the back.
Turn the wheel again.
Wow. Can you actually see over the top?
No, don't do that because you could catch your fingers in there.
Yeah.
And it'd hurt.
Wow. Come on, let Albert get out. Turn around.
Turn around and sit down.
Sit down, and then
Now, swing the legs round.
swing the legs around.
That's it.
There we go. Wow. What do you say?
Thank you.
No,
That's
that was
brilliant.
fun, wasn't it?
Wow.
Very fast.
These are amazing, aren't they? Wow, this is quite amazing, isn't it? So that, well, I think we want to head towards where the planes are, because I want to take us onto Concorde. There's a Concorde exhibition. Yeah.
Actually, like we watch some flying stuff, like that thing on the fastest train ever and stuff.
Well, no, this is the actual Concorde. Actually, let's have a quick look around here. Oh, wow.
What?
Do you recognise this?
Yeah, it's the kind of car. It's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
It is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Bang Bang. This is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I don't know if it's the original. I don't know how many were made for the movie. Wow. Yeah.
Wait, let's go up there.
These Grandad would love to come here. We must at some point make a point of getting Grandad to come along here. This, Bertie, is my childhood. Yeah? My childhood, when I was really young, you wanted one of these. This is called a chopper. And you see this adjusted the gears. So you had, I can't remember if you had fast, I think it was fast and slow. You had three. You had 3 gears. And you had this seat like that. And then,
What about that one?
that's a special edition. And my brother, Uncle David, he had, not the gold version of this, but he had one like this. He had the burner BMX. I can remember that one. In fact, I think he had it with those wheels, with the plastic wheels, not the wire wheels. That is the sort of thing Luke would give his high teeth for. That is all about speed. See that one?
This looks
I wouldn't be at all surprised. Yeah. You know when we drove here, yeah, on the motorway, we were travelling at 70 miles an hour. This bike, using just somebody pedalling, yeah. This bike recorded a speed of 207.9 miles per hour. That is nearly 3 times faster than we were going. I think Grandad's had some of these bikes at some point. That is an awesome car. Look at that. That is a Ford Mustang. That's a famous American muscle car. Let's go around and see if we can get the tickets. And there's other planes we can go on as well. But that is quite amazing. Oh, bright light.
Okay. See this propeller hanging down? It's not there just to look good. It's a critical piece of equipment, emergency equipment basically. If an engine goes down, this will automatically drop down like it is at the moment. In the hangar it's called a RAT, or for the proper name of it, ram air turbine electrics. That's, the engine goes down, it would help the electrics. It won't fly the aeroplane, what it will is top up the electrics and basically help to keep your hydraulics pumps going, because that's the most critical thing, it must help to do so. Even now, this was never used, but even now on the new 380s, this is 5 foot in diameter. It's still with these aircraft as a just in case. Is a handy piece of material if it's needed as such. So you've all heard of fly-by-wire. This was the very first aircraft, all the Concordes were the very first aircraft to fly by wire. And when you think back 50 odd years ago when this developed, how clever it is, because nowadays you're at 380s, 320s, 319s, they're all fly-by-wire. And what fly-by-wire is, instead of the pilot sitting there with the yoke, actually this way for raising the nose up or left and right, he will put into his computer and it will become electronic signals. Push through to that up there, and that would be transferred to the elevons here from your actuators to your elevons and also your rudder. Done by electrics instead of the pilot with the wires running through the fuselage. It's all done and all planned. So the Concorde should be able to pinned in and should be able to fly the Atlantic without just keeping a monitor on it automatically with the fly-by-wire. The legs here, undercarriage here, a little bit too long at the moment. Got to use your imagination, guys. The two pieces have come down, the two panels come down, she takes off. Once she takes off, they're like a telescope. It's about 1.5 meters, too long a leg on there. They made it like that because they wanted as much room in there as they possibly could for the fuel. So they managed to put the legs up like a telescope and tuck them away very nice and neat. Exactly the same with the forward wheel, that does exactly the same. Right, we come on to this nice long engine and the intake. Intake is very critical. The first 11 feet are most critical of all. I just used the pen to do so. That's your first 11 feet and that's your engine face. Concorde's doing 30 and 50 miles an hour. The air's going in there. But by the time it hits the engine face after 11 feet, it mustn't be doing more than 500 miles an hour. So you've got to get rid of 750 miles an hour of oomph going into the engine. It can be done. There's special things in there to take the air right down to 500 miles an hour as such. Right, the engine here is Olympus, made by Rolls-Royce, 593. And again, I don't know whether you've seen the Concorde take off. You must have done pictures of the Concorde taking off. Flames come out the back, exactly what it's meant to do. What it is, in the last couple of feet of the Concorde here, is afterburners. Now afterburners is fuel being sprayed into the exhaust, and that heats up and lights up and gives you more power. Instead of pushing out 32,000 pounds worth of thrust, it's banging up to 39,000 pounds worth of. So all across the engines, you're talking about 25% more punch to get this Concorde off the ground, as it needs to be, because once she takes off from a standing start to 1,000 feet, 48 seconds, she's used 1 ton of fuel. Very expensive to take this Concorde off. She does it twice within the flight of the Concorde, but again, this is the most expensive part of the aircraft. Once she's up there at 60,000 feet, she becomes a little bit more inexpensive to run along, but it was a seriously expensive aeroplane as such to run. Right, we come on to the clamshells or buckets, as we call them as such in the trade. This is a configuration of your 1350 when you're doing Mach 2, and again you've all been on an aeroplane, you're coming into land, wham, the reversers come in, that's the configuration, you get all of those shut down to that configuration. The pilots come on the brakes, once you touch down the brakes come in, you go on the brakes, carbon fibre brakes is pushing down, coming in about 170 miles an hour roughly, and he stops his Concorde in about 1 mile as such here. That's it.
No, unfortunately this is unlikely to ever move again. Just the way it is. Wow. There's not much headroom, is there?
6'4" stages, yeah. Okay, you're coming through the luggage bay. Just here you've got a bulkhead with a galley out working out here with 3 staff serving your drinks or whatever. And again forward, you know, another galley with 3 staff at the front of the forward cabin there as such. Now remember, this aircraft carries 100 people, 40 seats up there, 60 seats back here, they finished about here, and the price was full fare all the way. There was no economy on the Concorde, you paid first class. So your gin and tonic would have again, seat 1 to seat 26, no difference in price. The skins around the windows and doors are a lot thicker. Basically 80% of the Concorde, how thick do you think that skin is?
Old manual.
15 centimetres? No, definitely.
3 mil?
It would never go.
3 mil?
Pardon?
3 mil?
Not bad, not bad. That's pretty good.
I'm just going by what it sounded
Yeah, well,
like.
I do get. I can't help it. I have to do that.
Yeah.
2.5 mil. But I mean, you've got one at the back there sliced up. You can see it. And but that's the thickness of the skin. No, they're all here. That's where they all are. A -2. The French one that went down the drain, and also they had another one. That's where they all are.
Duxford, sorry, that's it.
There's nothing in that though.
That was the flying. That was
Empty.
the one that they did all the measurements in, or something
Yeah,
like that.
there's nothing in it. Same as the one at Heathrow. There's nothing in it.
Oh, I didn't realise there was one at Heathrow.
Yeah, it's still being pushed around. So I've been told by the lads.
So it literally all you can do is see it off in the distance.
And it's empty apparently. So I've been told. Yeah.
Like every other Concorde, over 30% of Delta Golf's airframe was built here at Brooklands before being shipped to Filton for final assembly. The restoration would be based. It was transported along the M4 and arrived safely at Brooklands after journeying down the leafy Surrey roads towards the museum.
This, oh wow. This is what the seats would have looked like. Can you see that? Oh, so the different types. 70s, 90s, 2000s. Oh wow. Wow. Which seat do you want to sit in?
I want to sit front next to you.
Well,
You can't go to the
yeah.
front.
No, you can't go. Do you want to go there?
They all want to go to the front.
They always go.
You go up there, you can't see. Can't see the screen.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, you can there, but here you can't.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Concorde. My name is Mike Bannister and it's my great pleasure to invite you on the world's only supersonic airliner as we prepare for departure from London's Heathrow. I'm joined here by Senior First Officer Neil Rendell and Senior Engineer Officer Ian Smith. We're just about to start up our 4 Rolls-Royce Olympus engines, push the aircraft back and taxi out for takeoff. Do make yourselves comfortable as we offer you the finest wines, the finest cuisine, the finest service in the air. Although the flight is very short, we hope it will be a memorable experience for you.
Cabin crew doors to automatic and cross-check.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at 28,000 feet at Mach 0.95, 95% of the speed of sound, as we approach our acceleration point to the southeast of Swansea. In a few moments' time, we'll open up our engines to full power and switch on the reheats again. They're the ones that we use for takeoff. This time, however, we'll switch them on in pairs. You may feel 2 slight nudges of acceleration as they come in, and very shortly after that, we'll be through Mach 1, the speed of sound. So we're just coming up to that point now. Engines up to full power. First pair of reheats on. Rewards. Second pair on. Rewards. 0.95. 0.96. 0.97. 0.98. 0.99. Mach 1, the speed of sound. We're faster than the speed of sound. No bumping, no jostling, just a smooth transition. That's the really clever thing that the designers did. Rolls-Royce Olympus engines can only accept air at around 500 miles an hour. When we're travelling at 1,350 miles an hour, we just have to slow that air down. We do that with a series of ramps inside the intakes. These ramps are very accurately positioned using digital computers, the first in civil aviation history. As the air comes in, it's slowed down from 1,350 miles an hour to just 500 miles an hour at the engine face, in a distance of just 11 feet. Another very clever piece of Concorde design. And Concorde can do what no other aircraft in the world can do, which is to climb and accelerate from Mach 1.7 to Mach 2 using full power without reheat. We reach Mach 2 at 50,000 feet and continue climbing up towards our service ceiling of 60,000. At that height, you're on the edge of space, where the sky gets darker, where you can see the curvature of the Earth. You're travelling faster than a rifle bullet, 23 miles a minute, a mile every 2.5 seconds. You can actually feel the aircraft getting warmer and warmer due to friction. We're travelling so quickly that if we took off in the spring or the autumn when it was dark in London at 7 p.m, you'd travel across the Atlantic and see the sunrise in the west. Concorde was a design icon of the 20th and 21st century. She was clever, she was beautiful, she was a great technological achievement. She could do things that no aircraft could do then or now. But it was the people that made her really special. The designers, the builders, the people that operated the airplane, those that flew in her. It's those people that will ensure that Concorde will live forever.
Go on. Oh, do you want to take your certificate? Wow. Wow, thank you. Oh.
Yeah, mind your head.
Yeah.
Too late, though, isn't it?
Bertie, you want to just quickly look through? That's where. That is the cockpit.
Don't go in there.
No, you can't go in. But look, unlike most planes, it goes on forever. And you've got an extra. Most planes only have 2 people up here. This one has 3. It has a engineer as well. Go on.
Hope you enjoyed your day, Bill.
I'm really dying to go down there.
Wow.
I really wish it was a ram. I really wish it would have moved.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of these Concordes will ever move again.
There's only one.
No, there were 20. There were 22 made, 2 which no longer exist, and the others are in museums.
Like this one.
Yeah. Shall we head back to the gift shop, get something before we leave?
Buy something.
I think we might buy something. Would you guys like to come back here some time to do the rest of this, because we've only seen a very small part of this. This is really amazing. This is what an old style petrol station used to look like. This. You know we filled up with petrol, yeah? In the old days, this would be the petrol pump. That's the nozzle.
Only one.
Only one, because not that many people had cars. And not only that, the person driving the car wouldn't have filled this up. It would have been the petrol pump attendant. They would have come out and filled up the car for you. You would have told them how much you wanted to put in, and they would have filled it up. They would have taken the money, and they would have come back with the change and anything else you might want. We'll definitely have to come back here again. You can go out onto the track.
Wow.
It's time. It's too late now. Yeah, it's 20 to 5. They close at 5. We won't get over there in time. We will make a point of coming back here. I would love to see you guys on the track. Let's go exit through the gift shop. So guys, what did you think of Brooklands?
Great.
Yeah? What was the best thing? What was the best thing you enjoyed, Bertie?
Well, I think the Concorde ride.
You like the Concorde ride, yeah?
Me too.
You did? What did you think of the seats? The seats were awesome, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was lots of space. So the big.
Yeah, it could carry 100 people.
It could, and it would be so. If we were to ever go anywhere by plane, yeah, you've now sat in a plane admittedly it hasn't taken off the ground, but you've sat in a plane and it's, you know what they look like inside now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what they feel like.
Yeah.
We'll have to come back and do some of the other walk around some of the other planes, because they'll give you a better experience of what, you know, other planes are like. But I think that was really good.